Good evening. It's 7 o'clock on a Monday night, and I'm awake and I'm here. You'll see this little scarf thing around my neck because it's acting as a sling for my arm. Long day for me today. Awake at 5, and my friend Marion drove us up to Kelowna for me to have a PET scan, which is 2 hours in getting the whole thing, but it's getting up there, not eating, et cetera, et cetera. So my eyes feel like they're down here somewhere today because of the time I got home, I didn't have actual time to nap or anything, but I rested and I'm here and I'm happy to help with whatever is. And I have a couple of things listed down here already, but I trust that you've had a great weekend. Spring is definitely on the horizon, warmer. Everything is moving in. And we'll just see how this evening progresses as we go along. I have a couple of people that have actually texted in, so I'm going to work with them. And if some of the usual show up, great. And if not, well, we'll see how the day brings. Marianne, thank you for today and good evening to you. As she says, blessings to all. And as you probably, some of I have spoken about it before, is that Marianne has the brass bowl, and which I love, and she's plays it often as we're doing the prayers to help just give a little extra input onto the words and into the sounds and everything else. So we'll see where we go. And I see Karen is just tuned in, and I just want to take care of her numbers here. But I'm going to start off with Kayla first. Kayla's son and grandson are probably flowing away. They're flowing away now to Hong Kong for a couple of days' time, hopefully, which we keep our fingers crossed, a wedding. So Kayla wants to be grounded and balanced, and I've got and peaceful because she's still working with tiredness. Sometimes I just want to mention this, that sometimes tiredness, as I've found, comes from your mind not wanting to click off, so that your body doesn't really totally rest. That's just something I've observed for myself. Now, the three numbers that I picked for Kayla, because she did not give me three numbers, but which is okay. I know that wasn't, sorry, I'm a bit tired, so my tone might shift a little bit at times here. 23 and 17 is what I got. And 20 is the acceptance of the higher power inside. It's like a total taking that on and in and becoming at one with I know what I forgot, the card. I'll come back to the card because it fits in with this. And the 3 is the love, the Empress, the lovingness, the being. So it's again is how do we balance what we're bringing in and what we're putting out? If we're bringing in more of that universal love energy than we're putting out, we're going to be on the plus side. But if we're not really bringing in and holding on to or filling up with, and we're giving out more, we're going to be in the deficient side. I'm a bookkeeper, so for many years, and the balance sheets of money in, money out. Same thing as energy in, energy out. So before I go any further with this one, my little card I picked for the God Insight, it says up your acceptance level. And it's got, I love myself. I am now willing to receive my good. And I think many of us can work with that. On the back side, we have ask and you shall receive, which we're doing this way, doing mental mind treatments. Seek and you shall find. Yes, seek about. I like this up your acceptance level. In fact, had to wait 45 minutes actually for the chemicals to go through my body for the scan. And I just sat there and did a lot of my affirmations, number 1, and number 2, an alignment exercise that I do a lot. So yes, aligning oneself with the force and the power is really, really important. So Kayla, I'm going to just breathe into the power of the love and the energy. And as I breathe into the power and the love and the energy, I speak my word for Kayla. I speak my word for Kayla in that there is I know my mind's a little bit here, resident here. So I know that Kayla knows of the love force and the acceptance of the love. And number three also demonstrates that. But sometimes what we forget is to utilize the filling up element so that our heart and our mind is in accord, in peace. And that creates the balance of the 17 that I picked here, because it is imperative that we look after ourselves more than we give out. That's what 17 is all about. We have knowledge, we have awareness, we have power, we have whatever it is we have, but we don't give it all away. We hold it and we allow it to build up and build up and build up. And so as I move into the treatment element of knowing the one power and the one essence that is there, and I speak my word for Kayla, I know the exercise of filling up with love, to quieten the mind, to let all the little synapses that are in the brain to relax, and to trust the value of lovingness, and to allow oneself just to be. It's like there's a saying of being washed. I forget the actual saying, but it's like being washed in the blood or something. It's an old Testament saying, but to wash, to be washed down, to be revived, to be renewed by that love force that is there. And I know the openness is there, but often the mind doesn't want to just accept it, because the mind likes to have its own power. That's what I run across a lot. And it's like sometimes you have to say, hold on, just go to the side. This is not about you, mind. Listen, learn, understand. And so it's like having that to bring that into a balance and accord. I know that Kayla has the power. I know that Kayla has the knowledge. I know that the love force is strong within her. And I just feel I want to let go of the stress in my shoulders, up top of my shoulders. So only you, Kayla, know if you have that. But to let go that power, that pain, that essence. And as it works through, you will find there is a clearer vision. It seems to clear the eyes. The eyes get clearer, and you're aware of so many, I'm going to call it subsets or undermining things that are going on. I know there is peace and love within your heart, and I know that it is there for you. So we shall know that as I release this thought, knowing that you are grounded, you are balanced, and most of all, peaceful. And we send it on its way by saying, and so it is. Amen. I also am going to do another treatment for Gloria, who's back east. And thank you, Gloria. Her three numbers she gave me was 7, 9, and 1, and it's around a backer show. Oh boy, I've had those in my life. So I empathize phenomenally, because I have been there many times over the years. Now let's look at the numbers. The 7 is the letting go. The 9 says the answer is within, and the magician says everything is possible. And what I see is like a clock in a way, but a turn clock. And it's like the letting go is like how do I want to say this? When one worries or when one is concerned about something, they agitate it. And the key here is to let it go. Things that you cannot change, things that you cannot alter, things that you cannot manipulate, we'll say. One just has to let them go. It's like put them over there, put them somewhere behind you. Get behind me, Satan, type of thing. Get behind me. All of that goes around, and that where your mind is going. Yes, the answer lies inside yourself, because we always know our own answers. I always say we don't like them. I know I don't like many of my own answers over the years, but I've learned to listen to myself. Sometimes I still reject my own answers, and I pay for that. But it's like, we're stubborn people. So it's like knowing that everything is possible. You have the ability, you have the wherewithal, you have the knowledge, you have the heart. There's a lot of heart in here. But it's like, do not get your mind involved in things that you cannot change. And sometimes it's an acceptance of the pain and let it move through sometimes. So that's what I feel. If the answer lies within you, and then letting go, and it lies within you because everything is possible. It's like, where do you put your emphasis? On that little bit that doesn't hurt, on the bit part that does? And I know, as I've been there, I understand, but let me do the treatment, please. I know the one power and the one essence, and as I speak my word for Gloria, I speak my word for Gloria, knowing her strength, knowing her perseverance, knowing her ability to move forward no matter what is occurring and what is going on. I know physical pain, is why I have my arm in a sling right now, takes a lot of attention. But what is it taking attention away from? And allowing just to rest as much as possible, to stay in the present, so that one manifests and can see and know the future that you wish to behold. I just feel we need more fun. I want to smile. I want to laugh. I want to be able to be a little freer. And even though the pain is there, is to move beyond that, so that there is wisdom and joy and light, knowing that it is there for you. I just want to smile. I got to smile. I don't know if you can see it, but I got to smile inside from ear to ear. It's just like laugh. Start laughing. Allow the energy to move through. And now I know it feels serious. I know it's sore and I know it hurts, but it's like, where's the joy? Let's bring it back. Let's bring the joy back. Let's see the sun and the sky and the moon. Let's see it all in the circle that it goes and does in this world. I know that your issues are ready to be let go of, or else you would not be on here. I know that the love in your heart and the knowledge that you have for yourself is about allowing it to rise and to move into fun and to laughter and appreciation of the sun that comes up every day, bringing new strength, new knowledge, new awareness, because everything is possible. And so we bless this, we release this, knowing it is true for Gloria. Newness is here right now. And so it is. Amen. Okay. So Karen, I can way back up there. Okay, she's got 27 and 5. All right. Another 20. Acceptance is the key of the day, I'm sure. Just a minute. Let's have a little drink here. One of the things I was thinking a lot about acceptance, and also number 17 as well, which is a star, because the balancing all the different criteria and things that happen, no matter what we say and do, there sometimes life isn't 100% the way we want it. And how can we as practitioners or belief in that we create our reality deal with that? Sometimes we have to accept that our essence or our thought forms are bigger than what we perceive them to be, that we are influenced by many things that we're not aware of. And there was a lot of interesting things, by the way, that came out of the channeling session that I did on Saturday morning with people. And it's just so fascinating sometimes what the guides come through and say to people, and what I know, and how they talk about how they deliver information that I know. And it's always interesting and fascinating. And a lot of it is about accepting the pattern, accepting what is and how you choose it and how you want it to be. As we know, because Karen, bless her heart, supports us, and I love that, is that changes have happened already. They have come, they have gone, they've been. So now it is a matter of utilizing what you know. I'm just going to put this right, without getting confused and without getting upset because things don't look the same. I want to explain something. When we go through a transition, which is basically what you have done in the last 4 or 5 months anyway, many things change so that it doesn't appear the same. And what I think here, this is the acceptance of you within the change, not looking for the old, but looking forward to the new, looking forward to what is coming, what is happening, what is bringing forth. I know that as you move forward step by step by step and leave the past cycles, awarenesses, reactions behind, that what will occur is this, well, you will get more clarity and you will get more awareness. I just feel there is a tug back to being like you were. And, we call it, I never cut ties, unhook the ties, unhook the thinking, unhook, because you don't want to leave ends. Because when you cut, I know that's the old theme of it, but when you think about it, when you cut a tie, you've got two ends floating around in the end trying to find each other again. But if you unhook it, and especially if you use one of my release methods up to have the sun disperse it, then it's gone. And then you can move forward. So my treatment for you tonight is strength, actually, which is number 8. So I know there is one power and there is one essence, and I know that Karen is involved in this beautiful, wonderful transition, and that the strength that is required to let go of the old patterns, the old beliefs, the old awarenesses, the letting go of that as you move forward is strengthened with every breath that she says, that she does. Every thought that she has strengthens this element of the direction of where she's heading. There is newness, and it is not about retreating or repeating. This is about moving forward in the direction, in the awareness, for there's one power, one essence, one love. It's there for you to grab hold of and say, yeah, this is new, but it's exciting. This is new, but it's loving. This is new, but it is fun. So what we've got here is newness, fun, and exciting, because it's love. So I give thanks in knowing that Karen's on her way, moving forward with love, light, and laughter. And we release this by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay, so Maggie G, hello. Tonight I would like a treatment for mind clearing. Okay, seems like we're going to do a lot of that tonight, I think. I'm mind clearing, that's what I certainly need. 6, 9, and 17. Okay, let me just write my little note by there. The thing with this 6 is the confusion of the lovers. It's like we get confused. That's why our minds get all higgly-piggly, we'll say. They're going one way or the other. Where am I going and what I'm doing? But the 9 says the answer lies within. You see, again, as I repeated already, is that we know our own answers. We don't always like them because it means we need to do something we don't particularly want to do. But you have the 17, which I spent a lot of time contemplating today, actually, balancing energy, how that all works, how that all comes to. And so what I see here is that you also are ready for a step into a new, I'll call it a vibration, and trusting your inner, and I'm going to use the word gut here, your inner gut, your inner knowing, your inner awareness, and bring balance into your life. Now, one thing about number 17, the star, is she has this big pool of water, and she's sort of kneeling on the water, and on one foot on the ground, one's on the ground and one's on the water. We'll just put it that way for a moment. And she has these, and what she's doing, she's got a lot of water going into the ground where she, hang on, I've probably got it back to front, but anyway, one part going back into the pool and one part out on the ground. You've got to feed yourself. You cannot help anybody if you're starving. You cannot help anybody if you're, I was going to say if you're tired. Well, I'm tired, but I can still help. You're not going to help anybody if you're worn to a frazzle. So the energy, the balancing of energies is really important. And who's the most important? You're most important. Your energy, your keeping looking after you, you knowing where you are. And sometimes because when we're in spiritual growth, we think that's selfish, but it isn't. It's self-preservation. You cannot help another if you're not looking after yourself. You cannot give to another effectively if you're not giving to yourself. No matter what your knowledge base is, the more that you put out to everyone else, you often deplete yourself because you're not giving yourself time, or you're not giving yourself fun, or you're not giving yourself whatever it is you need and require. And I really feel here is that you do know your own answers, but there's something about the energy that's going out that needs to be rebalanced a little bit. So my suggestion is you take a look at where you put a lot of energy out and not taking too much in. We got to look after ourselves as well, you know. And there is a little word called no sometimes that needs to be said. So when we move into treatment, as I take a breath and align myself, I know the one power and the one essence is there for us always as we let it in. It's not like it breaks down the barn door. It's not like it comes pouring in and says, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, listen to me. Although sometimes it feels like that. It's like as time goes by and you grow, it's like you've got to be aware of the barn door. Is it open? Is it closed? Are we giving enough for ourselves? Are we sharing enough for others? What are we doing here? How is it working? What is it creating? All of these things become very, very important on how we balance everything out. I know for Maggie G that there is a self-acceptance level that needs to come into peace. To let go of the past and to allow yourself to relax in the glory of God's love. To allow yourself to be at one and a part of all things, and to feel the glorious rush of knowing that you are loved beyond measure. It's like out of the head, into the heart, and watching where it's not how much you do, it's not how much you don't do. It's about you claiming yourself in the loving force. I know that this force is there for you, and it's just a little click of going, I am important. I have knowledge. I have the importancy, and I can breathe that in and I can be that, and make sure that you look after you, because if you don't look after you, who is? If you don't pay attention, who is? And so I know that there is this opening happening, and I want for you actually to walk through into the light totally, so that you are relaxed, you are loving, you are enjoying, and it's all there for you. I give thanks in the knowing of this, that Maggie G can walk through. It's just taking a step of awareness and realizing I am important, and my energy input is important. You are important. And so we can release this thought, knowing it is true, that Maggie G is loved, is important, and can create very, very easily and quickly just by being her wonderful self. And so we release this thought, knowing that it is true, and it is done by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay, well, okay, CJ. Let's see what CJ has to say. It has been a while. Hope you are well. I was wondering if you can see anything for numbers 11, 33, and 44. The numbers just keep repeating this month, no matter what time I look at the clock. Okay. And she said, I understand these numbers are over yours, maybe 1, 3, 4, if it's necessary. 11 is good. I have ways of doing different things as well, so it's okay. But thank you for thinking about that. Okay, CJ, let's see what we've got here. You know, tonight, just about everybody is involved in a directional change. There's a lot of shifts going on. I mean, one of the things that came through in the channeling on Saturday was all about the fear factor out there. It's about how we're handling things, how we're doing things. All different guides saying different things, but basically saying the same thing in some respects. And what I see here is that it's the 11, really. Living is about commitment to your journey. Commitment. What do you stand for? What do you represent? What are you wanting to do? Because that's where I think the confusion gets in, because you want it this way, but in effect, it's that way. And I think you think it's like you need to have your, I'm going to use the word goals. They're a little, it's a little bit more than a goals, but you need to have them sorted out. You need to get clear, because you've got to decide your direction. I talk a lot about decision making for people. You know, you're going to make a decision, but really the decision comes first, but then comes the commitment to the decision. I think you've made your decision of what you want. You just haven't committed 100% to it, which is creating the confusion, which is creating the uncertainty, which is creating not the solidity that you're really wanting to move forward. So it is important for you to really sit down and say, okay, what actually am I committing myself to here? Where am I going? What am I doing? What am I bringing about? And so within that, the confusion of, is this the right step or the wrong step, or is it the better step? It's all that kind of mental stuff that goes on gets nullified like that. You know your end goal. You step at it one at a time. That's all we can ever do. We go one step and then we go another step, and we don't go back. We're going forward. You're going forward. And I think that's the fear factor that's underneath all the unsettlement. Think of a swamp. A swamp is usually full of water, right? It looks solid, but if you step on it, you get a soaker on your foot goes way down because it's not solid all the way through. So in a way, you're walking through a swamp because you're not accepting the commitment to your journey. You're not accepting that you have the answers, and you're not accepting how you can implement the aboveness into the belowness. As above, so below. I'm sure you know that saying. I think you just need to sit down with yourself, and I'll treat for it in a minute. I think you need to sit down with yourself and clarify really what is your goal. Get clarity, because what's showing up is not clarity. It's like, well, I don't know what to do here. And we need clarity, because then the energies will settle and you'll see clearly. You'll see clearly, and you'll be able to put the spiritual into the practicality. You'll be able to bring it into the physical, and that will make a huge, huge, huge difference. So let's treat on that after I've had a sip of water again. I know there's one power, and I know there's one essence, and I know there is this energy for CJ to be in alignment, to be in love, in the loving force, to understand what she knows and how to implement it. I know that it's about letting go what feels safe and what is known. I also know that in taking those steps sometimes is a big one because it's uncertain. But what is certain is the impact on the inside of the lovingness and the knowing that you have strength and you have support and you have love in the direction that you're moving to. I give thanks in knowing that you have the strength. I give thanks in knowing that you have the clarity. And mostly, importantly, I give thanks that you are able to commit to what you know is your journey, gently, easily, step by step. This is not like jumping off a ladder or a diving board. This is not like it's just a matter of step by step, working towards the main goal that you know inside yourself where you want to be. You can be there step by step, and knowing your strength inside and knowing that it's all there. But the key here for you, my dear, is commitment to that decision, commitment to the power, and allowing it to unfold, giving thanks. Thank you for coming on and asking this. I'm sure others will benefit by what has been said today. I give thanks as I release this thought, knowing that it is done. And so it is. Thank you, CJ. Okay, Kayla says thank you. I love this. She says, time to really feel the joy. Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's overdue. Kayla again says, please treat for myself, sending much channel doving energy. Yes, I've been doing that most of the afternoon. Maggie G says, thank you so much, Norma. And that wraps up about right on my timeline because I knew I didn't have time to go too far tonight. Love you all. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your likes. I want to thank you for your subscribings. I want to thank you for what do you mean? For going forward. See, I'm getting tired. Going forward. I just really want to thank you and bless you. And may everything that you want to come into being comes in. An oval. Sorry, you missed 040. I don't quite get that, but anyway, blessings to you. And I'll see you on Wednesday morning, refreshed, ready to go. And I think we'll be going through the cups. So if you think there's any emotional stuff you want to learn about, then it'll be on Wednesday. Lots of love. Take care. Enjoy. Be happy. And know you are loved beyond measure. Thank you. Bye now.